pool party. It's priceless. All right. What's happening, Tracy? We're just out for a walk, listening to the birds, soaking it in. So, sometimes think about marigolds. I'm gonna keep this down because, like, that's the way it goes. There's mud and stuff. Whoa. Slurpy. All right, we're gonna get these birds turned up. Yeah. Do you like do you like wrestling? Do you like wrestling, Tracy? Or did you in the past? All right, I'm gonna slow down now. There you go. You ready? There she is. Perhaps. That's cool. So, if you like wrestling, all right, who do you think would win between the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan? It's an honest question. You can pick anybody. There's no right, there's no wrong answers. In fact, there's just answers. It's a pretty nice night up in here. I'm getting out and moving around a bit. I've had some ear trouble, which has been a nightmare because most of what I do is sound work. So, yeah. I got diagnosed, or whatever the heck you want to call it, on I think Friday, whenever we did the show. Yeah, it would have been Friday during the show. So it's like, apparently in your ear there's these like two bones, and you have so everybody doing their thing. You have two ears. Sorry, two bones in your ear, and what's happened to mine is that it's become inflamed behind the ear, and for the next 2 months, I'm gonna have no hearing in my left ear, which is whatever. It's fine, I guess. But after that point, we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully old Shy gets his hearing back. But anyway, I figured I'd trot around and talk about some things that, you know, are not so like unhappy. and more happy. You know what I mean? So there's enough of that going around. So happy wise, it's a beautiful day, at least where I'm at. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. And we finally got some sun. Be super careful. I want to like show you guys all this park, but make sure that I'm not filming anybody that doesn't want to be filmed. Even though I think like in public spaces you're allowed to do what you want, but we don't want to be that kind of people, you know what I mean? So, and it looks super weird because like I'm talking to a phone that's like pointed away from me, and there's definitely a bunch of people who are weirded out about it, but that's cool. So anyway, yeah, so that's what's up. And I don't know, I never really got like news before where like, yeah, God is good. God is good as you understand him or her or they or whatever. I think that like this is actually an interesting thing to bring up because I've been talking about this a lot lately with people, and like people people associate a lot of things with words, right? So God in your for some people in their traditional sense is very limited, and it's something I want to talk about more. It's something that like, you know, when you see stuff like this going on, like, you know what I mean, like just people doing their thing, it doesn't really have a singular definition. It's more to do with what you perceive God to be, right? And somebody taught me this recently, which is, I don't remember the exact quote because I'm not the most, I don't know, Bible following man, if you will. Not that I don't want to be, but it's just not something that I ever put much effort into, and I probably should put more into it. But through life and circumstance, I've kind of found my own definition of that, and I don't think that because a traditional definition exists or a traditional understanding of a definition that you comprehend exists, that you should put yourself in one category. I think that you should understand God as God understands you, and that can come at different times, and that can vary. Which way we want to go here? You want to go street? Who wants to go street? Or who wants to go woods? I'm not swaying the vote here, but I think we're gonna go woods. So anyway, as I was saying, there's a lot of people that have been in my life lately who have really talked about their understanding of God, their understanding of spirituality. And for me, I see it as one and the same because through my own life course, there's been a lot of times and a lot of things that just don't always add up. And the spirituality side of things, and I don't want to differentiate on any of this because I believe it's the exact same thing. I think that we've just all kind of been told a story, different story. I don't mean the Bible's a story. I don't mean that by any means. I just mean that maybe sometimes there's more to it than we could possibly know, right? So, what does that mean for you? Does that mean that you find your self inside of yourself, which I'd have to put my hand up for being the case for me? I don't know about this whole, and I'm not going to go into that. I'm really not going to go into that because I don't want to start splitting hairs. But however, therefore, whatever you want to go with, it smells amazing out here. Oh my God. Like, if the phone could make smells, oh, would you be smelling amazingness right now? But I can't. Not yet, anyway, until I invent the smellogram. But the point being the same thing is that we use these words, we use all sorts of words. It's not just about what I'm talking about right now, it's about every single thing that we do as a species right now is very, very critical, I think, that we take a moment to think about why it is we're doing what we're doing and understanding that, how can I say this? We're stronger than we are divided. However, we need to understand that. And at a certain time and place we did. And it didn't matter what you believed in. It didn't matter what God you believed in or if you colored inside the lines. It just mattered that you took time to take a second to think about it. And if something makes you upset, right? If anything makes you upset, then why does that thing make me upset? Why do I need to fight for something maybe I'm not entirely sure of? And that's okay, because that's part of kind of just trotting on down this trail, right? No one knows what's around the next bend. I can pretty much assure you there will be a fork. And when I hit that fork, maybe this time I choose right instead of left. Maybe I go left again instead of right. Who knows? But between here and there, between where that fork comes, I'm going to take time, a little bit of time, as much as I can take, to try and understand myself and what all that's supposed to mean to me. And that really shouldn't matter to anybody else. And it's not about going around and telling people how to or what to do. It's more about being tolerant and understanding that everybody comes to fruition in their own time. And when they do, if you leave the door open, this is the key I have found, is that whatever way you awaken, you awaken. No one can take that away from you. You don't have to speak about it. You don't have to justify it. You just embrace it the best you absolutely can. And if you do that, then the days of longing, the days of hurt, the days of loneliness, well, they become something that's yours. We got a runner, folks. We got a runner. Don't have to believe me, just seen it with your own eyes. Some people can't handle the heat. Anyway, just joking around. So anyway, I figured, well, I was out and about, and I have these thoughts that go through my head at 150 miles an hour in all directions that why not do this? Why not do something? Why not put it out there? Because the one thing that I've found, oh, we got a biker, folks. We got a biker. Oh, did you see that? Anyway, smell like poutine. That's a joke if you're from Canada. Anyway, all jokes aside, whatever it is you're into, I hope that you're into something decent. And I hope that you continue to be into something decent, and that's by your own definition. I got a mosquito in my nose. Oh my God. Tracy, you said the woods was a good idea. Instant regret. Just kidding. Never, never. Excellent idea. So, yeah. So, keep doing what you're doing. And if that thing is working for you, don't let it stop working for you just because somebody says that that's not the way it should be, or you don't understand things, or blank, 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 blank. Another biker. All right, so that's a jogger and two bikers. If you've been here before, you know that's where I cut it off. Just kidding. Not really. Anyway, I appreciate all you guys. I hope that you're doing well. And don't hold back, man. Like, honestly, there is one life, man. Or woman, or human. That's the word I want to go with. There's one life, right? So, you know what? Go get it. Keep that sun shining. And until I see you next time, my friends, keep on shining, baby. We out.